reason, Twilight's gentle mind. We dance to find what hides beneath the lies the world defines. In the darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the caves, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. Through the silence, whispers fall like ghosts upon the ground. Waltzing through the shadows where the lost and found are found. Her laughter like the morning sun, his gaze a stormy cloud. Riding raven spins her tales of truth unseen though proud. Cloaked in velvet shadows, deep through labyrinths we glide. Refusing all the world has made our spirits unconfined. Eyes like ancient mysteries in twilight's gentle bind. We dance to find what hides beneath the lies the world defines. In the darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the caves, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. The swirling in the night, our steps a silent storm. Unwritten paths beneath the stars, our destinies reform. Beneath the surface, shadows live, and in the dance we're sworn to find the truth that's buried deep through every night reborn. In the darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the caves, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. Darkness we are free to be what truth reveals. Far from all the caves, the soul to feel what darkness feels. We are echoes in the night where hidden answers lie. Master with his raven as they dance beneath the sky. Dance beneath the sky. Dance beneath the sky.
First of all, I want you two kids to know this is a safe space, okay? Feel free to express yourselves. Don't be afraid. I sense there's an enabler here, but we'll get to that.
Bowser, I feel like he has to be on my list.
Because he is
He's Bowser.
bondage daddy sexy.
Bondage daddy, but also like
Good
literal
father.
daddy.
Yeah.
You heard her.
I'm not repeating that.
We've just received a cease and desist letter from Wings Interactive alleging defamation, tortious interference, and reputational harm. They claim our video constitutes malicious and reckless disregard for the truth. Oh no. First off, I want you to take that C&D and wipe your ass with it and throw it in the trash. Secondly, let's see what they have to say, because these people are scared shitless. Oh, you piece of this guy. This guy. Motherfucker, you got me. You got me. God damn it, Master TDS. God damn you. Fuck.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man! Master does not like the way I eat muffins.
Okay, I'm sorry, but when I'm a normal person, you eat the muffin, you take bites, and you finish the muffin, and it has the wrapper, and you throw the wrapper out, and you're done. My wife eats it like in tiny little bites, and then bites the wrapper and like bites pieces off of like on the wrapper.
What's wrong with eating the scraps?
It looks weird.
But there's literally no one else there. It's just you and me at breakfast.
It annoys me. Like literally, she like will bite it off, but she'll do it like a little squirrel. Like, it's like, stop it.
I'm enjoying the muffin.
Enjoy it quietly.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Seems like wings flew too close to the sun and got burned. Hello, we're the sun.
I would say more like disintegrated, but yes. And why are we the sun?
Because we shine a light in the darkness.
But we're goth. We are the darkness.
I saw him take it.
What did you do?
I stole her secret chocolate stash.
I'm getting chocolate, honey. Would you like some chocolate?
Why are you getting chocolate?
Because it'll help me calm down.
Okay.
Please?
Maybe we should wait till after the stream?
I don't wanna. I want chocolate now.
We're in the middle of a show.
And?
We're in the middle of a show. You're not eating chocolate right now.
But I'm upset and I want chocolate.
No, you just want chocolate.
Too?
All right, listen up, you bunch of lost souls and weirdos. It's showtime. You want to survive in this world of pop culture chaos? Well, here's the secret. You got to hit that subscribe button over on Gothic Therapy's YouTube channel. Yeah, that's right. Do it or I'll come knocking and trust me, you don't want me as a house guest. Don't be shy. Whack that button like you're slamming the door of your in-laws. And hey, hit the bell too or I'll be haunting your dreams. Catch you on the other side, baby.
In the heart of chaos where agendas collide, master of the TDS rated stand side by side. Exploring the madness, we uncover the proof with sharp wit and insight. We're the voice of the truth. Welcome to Psycho-Synopsis, the dark side of the truth. Dive deep into the madness you cannot refute. Secrets of the asylum, come free your mind. Crazy or not, let us be your guide. Diving into the shadows where secrets reside. We'll tear down the facade of culture's villains can't hide. Wild theories and whispers in the dark. Join us on this journey, reignite the spark. So tune in and listen, let's start the debate. With Master Light and Raven, your salvation awaits.
Welcome, seekers of the asylum,
For those searching for salvation,
or embracing the insane.
you've come to the right place. Good evening, everybody.
Oh boy, was last week interesting, right?
Understatement.
Yeah, there might have been a video that we put out that would have gotten a lot of attention, and we'll get to that. Yeah, okay. So a couple things to bring up. One is you'll notice that so a lot of people. So we stole the tier thing from Smash JT, who stole it from Hypnotic, and we've been trying to kind of do it, and it's fun, but we haven't been hitting certain goals and whatever. And look, I'll be honest with you guys. You know, getting some extra money is nice, but it's not necessarily something that I watched back some of our other streams and realized it kind of sounds cringe. And there's some people who can pull it off, and we maybe not be those kind of people who can pull it off. So each tier now is $100. So we have 3 tiers, $100 each. So first 100, then next 200, next 300. Again, no pressure, but we wanted to make it kind of more normal and kind of less aggressive. And maybe later on, if that changes, obviously we'll readdress it at that point. But I wanted to address that first. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you may or may not have noticed that we have finally hit and far already surpassed 15,000 subscribers.
Thank you all.
Which
we
is
have
crazy.
We have no idea how we're going to celebrate, but it's not going to be on this stream.
Yeah, so people were asking, we should celebrate this stream. It's not happening. I did not have enough time to deal with that.
Nope, and nope. That takes too much preparation.
And next week, we won't actually be here. We might put out some kind of content. I can't promise anything. We'll see. Depends on if we have time.
Next week is Shavuos or Shavuot. One of our holidays in which we have to go offline for 49 hours.
For people who are new here, Raven and I are Jewish, so Orthodox Jewish. So we take off the Jewish holidays and stuff like that,
We
which is
take
why
we take off on the Sabbath too, which is why we only stream on Sundays. We keep kosher.
yeah. And someone's already saying we'll celebrate 50K. We hit 20K. Yeah, because we plan to celebrate 10K, and that passed super quickly. And then
yeah, because we literally hit 10K and then got 11 or 12K overnight. So
yeah, so we are gonna celebrate. I probably won't be next week. Maybe it'll be the week after. Maybe we'll try to get some guests on. I think I could poke or bother Smash JT enough to get him to come on, but I don't know who else.
He might.
Oh, he'll come on if I tell him to.
If we say it's for a celebration, he'll get permission from the wife.
We'll see. But yeah, we'll figure that out. As far as that goes, okay, so we did that. Was there anything else we need to bring up? Aside from the goal.
I don't think so.
Again, also still waiting on our updated avatars. Our avatars are going to be the same as usual, but they're going to be updated like a little bit more like the mouths we have right now are not made for our avatars. So we're going to have ones that are specifically made for them and stuff like that. And have maybe more like expressive eyes and stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see. It's still coming. As far as the goal for today, honey, do you want to explain the goal for people?
The goal for today, if we get 20 super chats, regardless of how much money they are, we will tell you about the Yu-Gi-Oh duels that Master and I had this past Shabbos.
Yeah, long story. We'll get into that.
So give us 20 super chats, and we'll tell you about how we passed the time on a very, very, very long Shabbos.
Yeah, and again, no pressure, but it's just a little fun thing we threw out there in case anybody wants it.
We like our super chat goal being a little cute story that happened between us.
Yeah. Okay. So, as we have a pretty packed show today. We usually have 2 small segments in between, which is media therapy and game therapy. We only have game therapy today because the Sweet Baby Ink one's going to take a while, and I think that the Epic Universe one will also take a little while. But yeah, okay, so that's it. We're already getting in. I think we have almost 100 people here already. You guys are nuts. We're going to get in.
People.
We're going to get in.
That many at the start?
Not usually. We're going to get in. Usually we take about 10 minutes to say hi to the chat. Then we go into super chats, and then we kind of move on to our first topic and so on. For people who are new here, because I know there are a lot of new people here, we will change our backgrounds of our where you see our avatars right now to blue when we are going into different parts of the different topics. And that's because later on I will take things from this and repurpose it and put us in our actual room and make actual individual videos out of it that are cleaner and a little bit better. So yeah, that is something that happens. I'm sure people here who are new will still be confused. But anyways, with enough babbling, let's get into the chat.
Yes, I have the timer ready. 3, 2, 1, begin.
We have Melkor here. I went outside to smell the roses in the air, but something stunk, and I turned around with a glare to see someone nasty giving an icy stare, and I knew at once it was Kim Belair. Hi there, Kim.
I don't know if you could hear that, but I was poetry slam snapping.
Oh, and there's one more thing. We're going to try this. This is a beta option.
Oh, yeah. Do it.
I just turned it on. If you'll notice.
We now have a chat box.
Yeah, we have a chat box. We'll see if it's good. Again, we don't know how it will affect things. It's a beta option. It just happens to be here, so we'll see.
Who knows? Maybe it'll actually notify us when people on Twitter comment.
Yeah, and then we have Asian Swordmaster, who actually will get gifted a sub. We'll get to that. But he gifted a sub, and then it gave it to himself. I have never seen that happen before, so that is pretty impressive.
Yep.
And it's a wee bit tiny, the chat box. Yes. I know it's a bit tiny. There's not much I can do about it.
And it is a beta feature, keep in mind.
It's beta, so again, we're just giving it a try. We might decide that it's not good, and we'll put it away or whatever. We're not.
By the way, we already have 8 super chats.
Yes, I noticed. Okay, let's get moving. Griffin of Might says we need diversity for the Emperor and all the Imperium of Man. Well, first, before any diversity is given, you made a Warhammer reference, and you know what that means.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Avi Dominus Nox.
But since you mentioned diversity, fine, we'll give you the diversity clip.
It's the differences that make our world so rich, diverse, and wonderful.
I still hate you, though.
Yeah, usually Great One is here says it.
Yeah, he actually commented later on. Buggykin says LMAO. I'm hoping that's for the thumbnail. Alana Blue says hail all. Goth clocking in. Russ Williams says hail all. Chris Stiles says, hi, Master and Raven. Was looking forward to this one, but I have an early start tomorrow, so I'll have to catch it later. Have a great live stream. They'll be up on the channel. Not unlisted or anything, so don't worry about it.
We like keeping them up so that people who can't come to see us live can still watch later.
Yeah, and if people don't want to watch the whole stream, we take and make videos out of some of the topics. Usually it's supposed to be all of them, but I get lazy. Thunder Kid says, clocking in Master Review, are you surprised that Disney crashed Lilo and Stitch? Also, thoughts on the Skibidi Toilet movie coming out? It's going to see whether we like it or not. Okay. Lilo and Stitch thing I heard about, not great. I don't like how they ended it, clearly. As far as the Skibidi Toilet movie or whatever the heck that word is, I've heard about it. I'm going to be completely honest. I have no clue what the heck that it is or what it's talking about.
Same.
And so I have no idea what to answer that question. Not because I don't care, because I have no idea.
But also because you don't care.
I probably wouldn't if I found out. Mike Lee, the Prude Whisperer, says, I'm here watching you all to make sure you don't goon. Okay.
We're married. No gooning will be happening here.
Nope. Unless I'm gooning for you. Haha. Doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't.
Mention Sweet says, oh, thank God he doesn't have that Alyssa profile picture anymore. Will you two be my new parents, please?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
No. Not happening. I'm sorry, but no. That's too weird.
Ash, I hope you all are doing well. I gotta say it, you all are a fantastic bunch, and I still appreciate every one of you. Thank you all for being who you are. And I see you guys over on Odyssey. There are a lot of people on Odyssey tonight.
Really?
Which is unusual.
Hi, Odyssey!
We'll get to you. T-Jazz Art and Comics says, hail Night Shift. The Proctophile says, welcome in early birds. How are we doing tonight? We're doing well. Alejandro Campos is clocking in for the night shift. Red Finger number 1. Daniel Root says, howdy from Iowa. Sorry, I haven't been around live for a while. Just been busy. We get it. That's how it is.
Not a problem.
Karasu Shiro, who should be asleep, says, clocking in. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a great Sunday. Let's have fun tonight. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. You need that clip.
Super Giga Chud says, yay, more roasting, sweet baby. They so deserve it. We'll see. Jeff Locke says, there's a site selling Bowser stuff, but then immediately goes psych and says, sorry to get your motor running, Kim.
Ugh.
Agent Swordmaster's clocking in. Another Exilio, I think. I probably mispronouncing it.
Another Zilu.
Another Zilu says Gothic Therapy is live. Servant of God clocking in. Saku Kocho says, good evening to you both. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday and wonderful weekend. We are. Potter Dicker Miller with some rock on. Mermalade says clocking into the night shift.
Hey, Merm.
Paladin Demo says, hello, can we ask Nagash to get more of the Sweet Baby ink on the necromancy spells? I feel like it's a Warhammer reference, but maybe it's not.
Probably Warhammer Fantasy.
This is Deku clocking in and standing by. We roger you, Deku. Standing by. Red Leader standing by. But Bowser needs a restraining order against Kim. Yep. I can never look at Bowser the same. We went to Super Mario Land recently, and honestly, all I saw was Kim everywhere. I just kept thinking about Kim. Because I saw Bowser, and it's like, I can't look at this anymore.
He literally was taking pictures and was saying, I'm gonna Photoshop Kim in here and post it and be like, who did this?
Well, thanks for ruining that.
What? You didn't actually end up doing it, so I thought you forgot.
Maybe I wanted to do it, and now you ruined it.
Well, you should have done it sooner then.
Maybe you should have asked before talking about it.
You had a whole week to do it.
And I am lazy and maybe was planning to do it later on, but okay. Youngblood Ray says clocked in for the night shift, and a new ghost in 1A. Let's hope he's friendly. If he's not, he's your problem. Skyfire 85 says clocking in. The Pickle Man says that isn't chocolate in the cartoon. We know.
We know.
Dr. Vinny Boombat says you have to bring enough chocolate for all if you leave. No, that's not a rule.
Nope. Chocolate is ours.
3M5000 says, yeah, man. Griffin Turbo says, heyo, night shift. As Heater Velasquez is clocking in. Longest Yardstick says, this could have been metal, but damn.
Referring to
what?
To our song, I presume?
Yes.
It is my favorite intro song of all the ones they have.
JPS is clocking in. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Your local gotcha tuber and block tuber Lime says, hi, y'all peep. UFO Mega says, Hassan has been unbanned. Lol. Who didn't see that coming? Tabby Penguin says, what's good? Cladex says, I'm noticing. Trying to get
Noticing what?
Scott Halvedit says, congratulations.
Thank you.
Feet reveal? No. Go to Kaiba.
No.
Erikias says 15K Memorial Day. Trying to get to everybody. Get Woko Broke says I'm not a fan of Smash. That's fine. Look, I get it. Some people don't like Smash. He's been a good friend to us. So, and he's been very helpful covering our stuff and, having me on. So if we were going to have a celebration stream, it would be rude not to have him on. And plus we would want him there. But we completely understand if that's not something that you're, again, everybody has
we're debating having guests on at all for a celebration stream.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Your avatars are actually just fine. They are. We're not planning to change them necessarily, but we're planning to get what we're hoping for is mouths that actually.
We're hoping for better movements and mouth motion.
No, what we're planning is better eyelids, and we're planning to have where our mouths will actually react to certain vowels. So we'll have different mouths for each vowels rather than just a GIF that triggers. So it will look like we're actually talking a little bit better. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We're not planning to do anything crazy. The Fishoso Corner says, I'm here now. Hope this war against Sweepy B Inc. is over for the most part. Let's see. Subarashi Times says, hail TDS and Raven.
Hello.
Cross Yushiro says, hello, chatbox. Go to sleep. The Maze says, eek, I'm late. Clocking into the night shift.
You're not late. You're fine.
You're early, don't worry. Well, you're not early, but you're on time. Vowels, no vowels says boop diddy diddy boop diddy boo. I don't know what the heck that was. This says hi.
Hi.
We need a vomit emoji. If we get more if we get more channel members, we can unlock a slot and I can put it back. Adega Outlaw says peace. Link 1231 says Nagashi's the arc literal of the desert region in Warhammer Fantasy. Oh, Warhammer. So it was a Warhammer reference. Just to make sure I didn't miss anything here.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Master does not like Warhammer for anyone here who's new, and I absolutely love it. So anytime
do you want to know why I don't like Warhammer? Because someone talks about it, reads about it, and it's literally all I hear about.
Not all the time.
Oh, okay, just most of the time. Got it. Okay. Yep, totally not something that would give me an aversion to it at all. Mommy, Daddy, stop fighting.
No, and don't call us that. But you like it.
No, I don't want to do it. Leave me alone. Odin Dark says, hail Gothic Therapy in the night shift.
Hello.
Puffer face reveal. We'll see.
No. I mean,
Blind Journeyman is clocking in. YouTube tried hard to hide this from today. Lol.
Interesting. Also,
Sticky
we hit
syrup
the
everywhere
timer. Also, the timer ran out.
Okay, Sticky Syrup everywhere. I'm pretty sure all of us misguided about one thing or another. Let me see if I can quickly grab a couple more people. Nate Hoosman says, it's weird when creators I have beef with each other. I expect the hell out of Razor Fist, but I don't want Smash with Judge if he screw up so bad. We're not getting into that. That's, again, drama that I just don't feel a need to get into. But yeah. Okay. I think we got everybody. Let's quickly go over to Odyssey. We're not forgetting you guys there. We have Hallucinations of Opal Dragon and Sanji Himura are both there. There's two people. Another for Odyssey gang. They're both basically talking with each other. And
hopefully someday we'll be able to link the chats.
We'll see. We'll see. Green Sage says, I love Armor. It's perfect dark fantasy for me. That's fair. I just don't want to.
No. It's not dark. It's grim dark.
Whatever. Yeah, I think we got it. So we got a crowd of 2 here. An Opal Dragon's letting me know that he's that he, or I think it's she. I don't know which. I completely forget, and I'm totally sorry about that if I forget. But they changed their name. Jose Taco, I forgot because she's sharing one of the most important things in life with you, Master T. You should at least pretend you're interested. There's a difference between pretending you're interested and literally having no break from being told about it and going, that's nice, dear. And then there's an hour later and you're like, okay, can we stop talking about it now?
But it's so cool. And it's not my waking obsession.
What? Sorry?
It is not my waking obsession, dear.
My headphones just died on me. Hold on. Can you say something now?
I said it's not my waking obsession.
It's not your waking obsession, but it kind of is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
If you're imagining things.
I'm not imagining anything.
There's someone
you literally
whistling
read
outside.
it on Shabbos. You literally play it on the computer.
They're fun games and they're good books.
I never said they weren't.
And who the hell is whistling outside?
What?
There is someone literally outside whistling. I can hear them through my headphones. It's really weird.
My headphones are dying for some reason. I don't know why. But okay, let's get to these super chats.
That whistling is really annoying.
What?
Yeah, sure. That whistling is really annoying me.
Okay, well, hopefully it will go away.
All right. Asian Swordmaster gifted 1 Gothic Therapy membership.
That rebounded and got himself.
Wait, you didn't let me finish. Ironically, to himself.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Let's do the sub gift.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
Thank you for gifting yourself a membership.
Yep, that was kind of funny.
Even if it was not intentional. Ashes for $20. Hello, TDS and Raven. I hope you've been well. I'm sure you've noticed my absence. Sorry for that. Gotta say, missed watching your show. I screwed up, but I am okay now, getting the help I need. I won't be trying to off myself again. First off, I'm glad you're okay. Second, self-care is important, so don't apologize for being absent if you were taking care of yourself.
Yeah, and getting the help that you need. But I'm going to say that, I'm not going to try to... All I'm going to say is that, we glad nothing bad happened. We would miss you here. Your absence was not unnoticed. And I'm sure many people feel the same. And if you need time to get yourself into a better place mentally, especially in these trying times, I'm not going to try to read into too much of what's going on with you. But, lots of things go on in life. Get the help you need. Don't be afraid to talk to people. And just know that regardless of anything else, you always have a place here. I know it's weird to say that and about a YouTube channel.
About a YouTube channel called Gothic Therapy.
But... to be fair, we care about you. It's not. Yes. We're not just saying that because you gave us $20. We're not just saying that because you come all the time. We genuinely care.
Yes, because we are people who genuinely care, because that is how we are. We were raised. We're Jewish.
Well, and also I'm a therapist, so I'm empathetic by nature.
You're a therapist, but we're also Jewish. It's literally one of our religious laws: is be kind.
Yep. But thank you for the $20. Since it's 20, we'll give you a clip for that. Where is it? There we go.
But seriously, we're glad you're okay.
And Ashes became a member at what level?
I don't know. It doesn't show. If you tell us in the chat, if you're still here, maybe we'll be able to figure that out.
Ashes is definitely still here because I just got gifted a game on Steam.
From Ashes? Okay, well then he probably
Oh,
either
my
then
goodness.
either he joined at Manic or rejoined at Psycho. But
I do not
oh,
have words here.
what's wrong? What happened? Why is that
Ashes
alarm
has
so long?
just gifted me the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection from my wish list.
Oh, you really wanted that!
I did, but like it was too expensive for me. I'm waiting for a sale. But you did not have to do that. Are you sure? Are you sure? I will accept that, but I try to be nice. And so if you say like you say it, you do not have to. So please don't feel like you're pressured to do so. But if you're sure, I will graciously accept that. But yeah, we don't know what level of subscription
yeah,
is it?
Ashes, what level of tier did you join at? Because if it's Psycho, you already have your card.
No, I wanted to know for the clip, honey.
Oh, right. That we need to know for.
Yeah, could you find that out? I was kind of trying to stall.
I can't because the chat won't go up that high for me.
Here.
Proctopal is saying he's manic.
What?
Proctopal is
Okay,
saying it's at
Proctopal
manic.
says manic. Okay, we got the right clip then. We got the right clip.
You do seem
Excited.
manic.
I am.
Verging on
Ecstatic.
psychotic.
And honey, accept the gift.
I was double checking because I try to be I try to be I don't like people spending that much money on me. I'm still not good about it.
Master is very humble about it. It's why
No,
he gets why he gets so squirmish about large super chats.
Okay.
Proctopal for $2. Chat, say it with me now. Go to sleep, Karasu! Wink.
Yeah, go to sleep, seriously.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Hopefully someone's keeping track of these because I have no idea about how much money we have already. And if we hit $100, it's first tier already. So
Skyfire 85 for $5. I'm doing my part. What are you, a Starship Trooper? Stephen Potts for $2. Hello, and doing my part for the super chat goal. Thank you, sir. And Proctopal says we are now at $93.
we are literally
Holy crap.
What?
I said, holy crap.
We're like super close to $100, which is first tier, which gets our first clip. So we'll see.
John Common, member for 3 months. So chair stream next weekend? Probably not.
We might even get it today, because again, it's not crazy amount. It's $300. That's it. Again, not that you have to hit it, but it's a little more affordable. That's what you're trying to do.
Yes. Kara Sushiro for €10. Congratulations for 15K subs. You both deserve it and many, many more. Love you. Aw, we love you too. Now go to bed.
I'm gonna intervene and say he did go to bed. He did. Okay.
Go to bed.
So he said he went to bed. He better be. But thank you for that.
Servant of God for $2. Any more evidence on SBI being tied to the Canada government?
So again, we're going to clarify all that in our first topic because some people took our video very out of context, which we want to clarify and add some context to explain something.
Yes, and other information came up after the video was already out.
Yes, so we're going to address all of that. So we will answer this question shortly.
Yes. Continuing. Longest Yardstick gave $2 with no text. Storm Rays for $2, clocking in after a long shift. My back hurts. Aw. Go take painkillers.
I can relate. I have back pain too sometimes.
Painkiller and some lidocaine. JPS for $5. Digging into the Sweet Baby Inc.'s Ghost Founder is creepy. Calling it a baby is Witcher 3 levels of creepy. Please explain.
To be fair, there are plenty of different things that literally... To explain, basically, there are plenty of things that reasons Sweet Baby Inc. gives for why they went with that name. There's 2 different explanations, so we'll see.
Baked Buddhist for $10. What does TDS mean?
Everybody thinks it's Trump derangement syndrome, but if you look behind me, you'll see that it says there's a card that says Total Defense Shogun. This channel was originally a Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I wanted to be the master of the Yu-Gi-Oh card known as the Total Defense Shogun, and there you go. I became the master of the TDS because Total Defense Shogun was easier, and then it became a different meaning entirely. So,
however, you were still using that name before that term even became a thing. Therefore,
yes,
anytime we watch a video and someone says this person has major TDS, Master just plays into the joke and said, "I have nothing to do with it."
It's funny, but I mean, like, I hope it goes away at some point. Thank you for the $10.
The mace for $10. Okay, the snakes did have to give me directions to the actual room where my straitjacket was. Master is lousy at giving directions. And I'm not saying the last thing.
I'm just going to say no comment.
Ashes for $2. Enjoy the early days collection. I am
Thank you for that. You really did not have to do that, but I appreciate it. Really, I will accept that.
But Master has been having fun in Master Duel lately, so I have a feeling he's going to enjoy early days.
Yep, much more than Master Duel, because Master Duel you have to like get cards and just deconstruct.
And also, and Master Duel has link monsters and pendulums, and Master hates those.
I hate them. Oh.
Jay gifted 1 Gothic Therapy membership to I don't know who. Was that Puffer?
It's okay. We just need our. Where is it? I always keep losing it. Here it is. Our sub gift.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
Thank you. Marmalade sent $2 with no text.
Did we hit tier 1?
Honey, go cover the bird.
He's being good.
But he's screeching.
For the most part.
He must be hearing something outside. Maybe the whistling.
But did we hit tier? I don't think we hit.
I got no clue.
Yet.
Who wants to do math for us?
I don't. Not $95. We're $5 away. Pendulums are killing him. Don't even tell me. Oh my god! I hate pendulums. I hate link monsters. Are worse. I hate them too.
But you do so many synchro summons. How is it any different?
It's not as annoying.
But it's still multiple summons in one turn, which
With
is annoying.
Synchros, you do not have to use them, okay? You can decide not to. With links, there's now special spaces in the middle of the board, and everybody and their dog uses them. So if you don't, you don't have anything idea what's going on, and it's even worse.
Oh yeah, not to mention the fact that you literally don't get to even have a turn when they do that.
It's not even that. It's that, like, at least with synchros, you do get a turn. The person does get a turn. And I like Xyz summoning too. I think that it's fine. I think that pendulums and link monsters ruined it for me. Synchros and Xyz were okay in my book. I don't think they break the game too much. But yeah. All right. I think we're good. We caught up with everything. Oh my.
What the actual? Dude! What the hell?
Holy crap. Andrew Fay with a
99.99 super. Do we have anything for $100 super chats?
I do not.
Just find something real quick.
But we got to read it first.
Honey, just do the Great Scott clip. Because that's how we're both feeling right now. Then I'll read it. Perfect. Andrew Fay for $99.99. I deeply grateful for your extraordinary efforts, which have left an incredible mark that words can scarcely capture.
Indelible mark.
An indelible mark that words can scarcely capture. Your steadfast dedication and tireless commitment inspire profound appreciation. In time, the truth of your remarkable contributions will shine through. I sure hope so, because it is a lot of work that people really don't seem to appreciate.
we'll get to that. But thank you so much. We just hit tier 1, so we will.
Nope, it's tier 2 now.
Okay, so then we got to do the clips back to back.
Yeah.
Or no, you know what? Let's just do the tier 2 clip and we'll come back.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh! Is that tier 3 now? Did we just hit tier 3?
I don't even.
Proctifile? How much does that equal?
I have no idea.
How much does 50 memberships equal?
I have no idea. Holy crap.
I feel like that's $500.
I don't think it's 500. I think it's 250.
I can't math.
Well, we just
250. We hit the chair stream.
Okay.
We got a chair stream.
We got a chair stream. This is not a drill, chair stream. But before we do chair stream, okay, we have to at least do our tier 2. God,
yes,
but
we didn't get to show that off last week.
yeah, because we never got to do it. So this is for everybody being crazy. We'll get to the topics. I'm sorry. This is not normally how it goes.
We do not have a tier 4, just so you know.
We don't even have a tier 4.
We never get that.
We're going to do our tier. I'm going to turn off this because I don't know if it'll show up during the thing. I'm going to turn off the show the comments for now. And we're going to do the tier 2 thing. And then we'll go into a chair stream quickly. And then we'll go into the topics. I apologize for anybody here. This is crazy. You guys are nuts.
Uh-huh.
It's time to duel. I summon Pot of Greed, a magic card with endless power. Now watch me take the lead. This card, it's legendary. No tribute, no delay. I activate Pot of Greed and draw 2 cards right away. Draw 2 cards, that's what it do. Straight from the deck, no cost to you. I said Pot of Greed and I'll say it again. I draw 2 cards, then I play it again. You thought it was done, it's barely begun. With every pot I play, the duel's already won. Pot of Greed, that's the name. I draw 2 cards and change the game. I flip it face up, you know the drill. 2 cards in hand, unlimited will. Pot of Greed, I draw again. 2 fresh cards, control begins. It's time to duel. This card is all I need. You've got strategy, I've got luck, and way too much greed. Pot of Greed, no downside at all. Draw 2 cards, watch your monsters fall. Yeah. You ask what it does, I say it with pride. It lets me draw 2 every single time. Pot of Greed, let's say it clear. 2 more cards just appeared. You're asking again, fine, I concede. It draws 2 cards, that's Pot of Greed. Cheers, the skies are so high. And if I have up, the things last out wide. Drops and breath, toss up in the air. The chairs in the tops, it doesn't even care. Yeah, that casing, it's got a guitar. Spin it like a pizza, now it's a star. No gravity here, just socks on the ceiling. The chair went to Mars, and now it's revealing. A champion can sing, it's got a guitar. Spin it like a pizza, now it's a star. No gravity here, just socks on the ceiling. The chair went to Mars, and now it's revealing. It's measured tall and I'll switch on a walk. The chair got mad, it started to talk. Can it sing? Yup. Can it dance? Heck yes. The chair will ruin your life with a flying press. Chair stream, what a scene. It's on a spinning roller coaster, a living dream. Take a hot dog and throw it in the sky. The chair's the king, and it's never gonna die. What do you want? It's floating in space. Spin it around, you'll never keep the pace. In the middle of yellow, a pot in your face. It's a chair on the top, you were never in the race. What you dream, chair, dream less all. always gonna win.
We are become chairs.
I don't have a beanie to put on mine.
I'll have to get you. I'll have to get it for you.
Yeah, we have to fix that.
Yes, we don't have time. This has been crazy. We haven't even gotten to our first topic yet, and I'm sure people are leaving being like, what the hell is going on here at the chairs?
No, we still have about 130 people. For some
Why are you
reason.
here?
I mean, we appreciate it, but why? No, please don't
you
leave.
guys so much. You guys are nuts.
What the hell? Baked food is for 5. Copy Smash picks something to throw into the pool for tier 4. We don't even have a pool.
We don't have a pool, so that doesn't really work.
No. I could throw something out a window. That might work.
Can we have a clip of the chair should be smashed so that it gets into the pool? I've thought about it. I just have to actually do it. And have to get his approval. So.
The maze for $2. 'Tis my bedtime. Y'all have a great stream. Well, we are, certainly. Death Star Cliff Yablonsky for $2. Cheers. Whee!
Throw something in the tub? That's not going to happen. Okay, let's get on with what we have to do. I'm going to leave. I'm going to do... I'm going to bring myself back.
Yeah, I should too. Should we leave the eyes?
We got to get a move on with stuff, but I am...
Should we leave the eyes on the chairs, though?
No, not when we're going to cover topics, but we can...
yeah.
We'll do our tier 3 hats when we get past the topics. Let's get into the actual topics so people don't leave and decide that we're being annoying. So it's been an hour, it's almost been an hour. We haven't even gotten to one.
Mm-hmm. Because people are crazy. Then again, that's why they're here at our asylum and at therapy.
Okay, let's get into the topics. You ready, honey?
Yes.
All right, we're getting into the topics now. Okay, no more distractions. Sweet Baby Ink still hides the rot.
We missed a few, but now we've got the lot.
With context clear and data tight.
The story holds, and we were still right. I love vindication.
Okay, so let's address this. So we had a video that blew up and got a lot of coverage. It was called The End of the Sweet Baby Lie, and we insinuated and alluded to the idea that there might be a connection between Sweet Baby Inc. and this hidden founder and a former government official named Terry Huberts and blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. We were very careful with that video. We made sure
to say that we are not saying for certain that it's the same person. We only gave the chances that it is, not saying definitively, yes, they are the same. We're saying, based on the evidence we have found and the statistics and all of these odds, it might be, but we don't know. We can't prove it. That is what people seem to be missing.
Yeah, and we got some people mad about it. To be fair, people were going to get mad anyways. But there was a couple... Go ahead.
Which is very annoying.
Look, it happens. Everybody gets annoyed about certain things. However, there are people taking things out of context and kind of making it into big deals. And we wanted to clarify a little bit of the process around the video and add some new information that we didn't get to include in the video and kind of clarify our stance on this and make sure that we address certain things. Because to be honest, there were certain things we could have done better. And we're willing to address that.
Yes. And also, to be fair, there were some findings that came out after the video was already up. For example, the email from the office of clerk. Master sent that message before we even recorded.
Yes. So to give context, so there's a couple things. We found out, first, as you can see, we found out that Jason Huberts was actually on the Sexiest podcast. Yes, the same podcast that Kim Belair and Ariane McGilvray talked about their love for Bowser. There was an episode where Jason Huberts was there. So it proves that we were correct, that there is a person named Jason Huberts, probably his first name is Terrence, and he probably goes by his middle name, who actually was the first person involved with Sweet Baby Inc. And unfortunately, that episode is not available because a lot of these episodes are no longer available, because what ends up happening is the subscription service to this SoundCloud or whatever it was, I forget exactly what it was, like PodCloud or whatever the name is. I forget the name and I really don't care. But it was used to be free and it's not anymore. So when it became not free, all the other episodes, except for the 4 that were allowed to be there with a free license, disappeared. So it's not even something we can find on the Wayback Machine. Trust me, we've tried.
Yeah. Like,
Also,
seriously, we've tried.
Also, I sent out a email because we were trying to be thorough, because usually we will not run with something unless we can 100% confirm it. There is a story that I've been sitting on for a while with Sweet Baby Inc. that's about 95% certain about, and we haven't run with it because we like to make sure. However, the situation was there was no more information. The Sexiest podcast was something that I clearly missed, but the other information that people were bringing up afterwards, I want to make very clear. We knew all this. This video took 4 different scripts and 2 different recording sessions. And I want to make that clear.
And not to mention weeks and weeks of research.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. Can I be honest, honey?
Yes.
So I'm the one who does the research. So it took a lot of time, okay?
I am the one who supports Master's research by taking care of literally everything else.
Yes, she makes sure that I remember to eat and don't research too late into the night and get sleep and stuff like that. She takes care of me, and I
also make sure to to forcefully drag him away from the computer when necessary.
Yes, but
I take his phone away if I have to.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, let's get into what I was saying here, because our first video was actually the first version of this video did not even mention this connection with Terry Huberts. It was
it was specifically about these companies, these shell companies under the name of Leap Shot at the 475 Elgin Street address.
Yes.
Now,
so
if I would like to say it, honey, if I may.
Well, I want to clarify that. I want to explain to people who are new here who might not understand. At a certain point in our video, we made a reference to a place that was connected to Jason Huberts, that one of the companies that he made, another company, was actually at this address, and it did come up in the video. Now you can explain.
Originally, our script was about how Sweet Baby Inc., being connected to all of these shell companies filed at the same address, was very similar to Wings Interactive and Landfall Games, which we uncovered. And also got vindicated about because Wings Interactive literally deleted their online presence overnight.
And we found a clip later on that it proved that we were correct, because they mentioned being funded by Landfall. But the point being is, we found
yes.
Wait, I want to clarify, honey, so people understand.
Okay,
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
CBB
Inc. was not filed out of 475 Elgin Street. Okay? It was filed out somewhere else, but Jason Huberts created 2 companies. The other one was at this Elgin Street address. So that's why it came up in the video, was because it was left over from our first video.
Which also leads into the Terry Huberts. That connection we only found after the first recording, so we had to so when we realized that and then reran the numbers and all of the statistical probabilities, we had to redo an entirely new script.
Yeah, so to clarify, what we're saying here is people were pointing out the 475 Elgin Street connection with the veterinary clinic that Terry Huberts was saying, hey, that's a big of a stretch. And you know what? They're 100% right.
Is why we said we cannot say for certain that it is definitely the same person.
But I want to clarify, honey, is that not just that. They're right about the stretch of the 475 Elgin Street and the a different suite number for the veterinary clinic. It was something we noted in our script, and it ended up into the final product. But keep in mind, our original script was rewritten. So it happened to include this. It's not an excuse. It's just explaining the context of why that was there, because it didn't really make a lot of sense and it didn't contribute. It was a data point, sure, but it didn't really contribute to what we were trying to come up with at that point.
Yes, but it was just something that was odd statistically, so we left it in.
Yes, and to be fair, in hindsight, we should have removed it. However, I want to clarify as well, people were bringing up this other Jason Huberts and saying, oh, look, this person was involved with 9 Dot Holdings and whatever. And if you'll look, you'll see it right there at the top middle of the image. You'll see 9 Dot Holdings Inc. And the thing is, that was something we were aware of too. We looked into. The thing is, it does not matter, because I'm going to explain this to you. First off, as you already said, honey, we did not make any definitive claims. For a reason.
Everyone likes to say that we did, but we didn't.
Correct. And we were aware of all of this. This was stuff included in our first script, and we changed it and tweaked it so it didn't come out exactly the correct way we wanted it to, and we could have done a better job in hindsight, and we will keep in mind that into the future. However, there is one consistent point that people seem to forget.
And what is that?
They can't disprove what we said either. Maybe
That
it's a
is
reach.
true.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is a reach. But can you disprove it? The answer is no.
You
So
can't.
much so that even I reached out to the clerk of the members of Legislative Assembly to ask about Terry Huberts' full real name. Now, honey, do you
Now,
want to read what they said?
But first, I will say, keep in mind, Master sent the initial email to the guy before we ever started recording. And
Yes, we didn't include it because it came the same. Actually, not long after we uploaded the video, we got a response.
Which is quite odd, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Kind of interesting. But go ahead, honey. Could you read what they said there?
Yes. Office of the Clerk to Master of the TDS. Reply, request for historical MLA record, full legal name of Terry Huberts, 1986 to 1991. Good afternoon. Thank you for your question below regarding former member of the Legislative Assembly, Terry Huberts. Members of the Legislative Assembly are certified by the Chief Electoral Officer after each election, and the name provided on the certificate of election is the name used in parliamentary documents. MLA Huberts was listed as Terry Huberts in the letter certifying the results of the 1986 provincial general election as read aloud by the clerk in the Legislative Assembly on March 9th, 1987. Please note that the names provided by candidates to elections British Columbia, that is British Columbia, right?
I believe so, yes.
Are not required to be legal names. For instance, a candidate could be known as Mike instead of Michael and the like. As such, we are unable to confirm MLA Hubert's legal name using parliamentary records.
So to translate, what this means is the Legislative Assembly, where Terry Huberts was a part of, cannot verify his full name because they never got it. Now, looking at the image that Kim and Ariadne McGilvery used, we can determine that it is probably not Terry Huberts. It is probably the son, Jason Huberts, which was mentioned, and we mentioned in the video. However, it is my opinion, and I say opinion because I cannot prove this, it is my opinion that Terry Huberts was the one who filed for the helping with them with Deep Sweet Baby Inc., because I really would find it very weird if there was a Terry Huberts and he named his son the same name as him. It'd be a little weird. I mean, it is possible.
But according to the statistics that we found, it is a 1 in 20 chance of having a son named Jason within Canada.
Yes. So keep in mind the statistics were based on specifically Canada and all this stuff. Long story short, what does this all say? It says that we were correct. What we can prove definitively. Let's make these claims very clear. 1, Sweet Baby Inc. did have a hidden founder. I don't care if it was publicly available information or not. No one else found it but us. So we're allowed to say that they had a secret founder because until we brought it to light, nobody looked for it. So it was secret.
People like to say these kinds of things are so easy to find. So why don't they do the work themselves and find them?
I don't know. But there was a secret founder. He was removed from the records. People were saying that was not what happened. That is incorrect. Maybe we should have clarified more. So that's why we're doing it here. Let me explain. So Sweet Baby Inc. filed their original things with Terrence Hubert on it, and funny enough, they had a mistake where it listed the surname as Terrence being the surname, which would have made the name of the guy Jason Hubert's Terrence, which doesn't make any sense.
So they filed a correction, making the surname Hubert.
No.
Oh,
Let me explain.
right.
They filed a correction a couple days later and left it the way it was. Okay? Then later, in 2019, they corrected it so it had the correct surname. But not just that, they removed Terrence Jason Huberts from it and put him down in the historical as only being the vice president and shareholder for one day. Let me ask this question. If they only had him there for one day and they filed a correction for a different reason a couple days later, why did they not update his thing just saying he was there for one day?
A very good question indeed.
They waited till a year later, and nobody can explain that to me. Even people who didn't like it, nobody can explain that. Also, people were saying, oh, every government, government funds a lot of things. That's great. Since when does somebody formerly in the government, and I say formerly because, again, we're clarifying, I want to make very clear, we cannot confirm this is the truth or 100%. I want to make that clear. Okay? But definitely Terry Huberts was a former member of the Legislative Assembly, right? So he was involved with the government. Since when does a former member of the government go on and sign up for a random company for you? That's not like getting a grant. That's weird too. So again, two things that are weird. There was some strange involvement and a removal of records. Second thing is, people were also bringing up the design Sweet Baby and saying it was a different name in Quebec, whatever. It was a kind of a follow-up point of, this is interesting, rather than a gotcha. It was just a kind of, here's some more interesting information. Long story short, what are we taking away from this? Takeaway from this is, a lot of this proves that Jason Hubert was a person. He was involved with Sweet Baby Inc. He was removed from the records, and there is a very good chance that this Jason Huberts was indeed the son of Terry Huberts. That does not mean that there was direct government involvement. What that means is, hypothetically, there is a former member of the Legislative Assembly who was involved in the founding of Sweet Baby Inc., and that raises some questions. It makes you wonder, because I've never heard of that happening. Maybe it's a common thing in Canada, but I'll tell you, we looked around and we could not find this Terrence Jason Huberts in other places. And this person from Nine Dots Holding, this other Jason Huberts, who may or may not be the same one here, filed everything differently under the name Jason Huberts, not Terrence Jason Huberts, which is what makes me believe that this was indeed filed by his father. For what reason? I don't know. But again, this is all speculative since we cannot prove it.
Everything is conjecture. I don't know why there are people who are saying that we are definitively stating that it's the government's fault for the DEI and blah blah blah. And all that other whatever the word is.
Yeah, some people were making some really strange claims, and I'm not saying our video was perfect in any way, shape, or form. There were some issues, and respectful criticism is fine. But at the same time, there were people who were going like, "You clearly did this," and it's like, "No, we didn't. We were very careful."
No, we did not. It's like they were trying to put words in our mouth, trying so hard to disprove us when we did nothing wrong.
Yeah, we were very careful, and normally I would not have run with this. I want to make this very clear. We ran with it because of the significance of the findings, and the main goal of the video was to make people think, question, look into this stuff. Because guess what? We're more powerful if all of us are doing this.
Not just doing the research, but also asking questions.
Exactly. So the point of this was to point out the connections and go, that's weird. And the math doesn't lie. So to put it simply, we made no definitive claims. So anybody saying we did is incorrect. We did not do that. We brought up connections and pointed out coincidences that we thought were interesting. And yeah, some people might find it to reach. And you know what? That's why we presented it as speculation and not definitive.
You're welcome. Now,
So,
please
again-
get it. Now, please get it in your heads that we care. That we at Gothic Therapy care more about the truth than anything else. Which
Exactly.
is why when we make videos like this, we present unless we can 100% prove that it is indeed a fact. We bring it forth as rumor.
And I want to make it clear, we wrote the script, rewrote it multiple times, and we made sure every time to make sure that our wording was as careful as possible because we did not want to be held responsible for making a definitive claim when we could not prove it.
Especially given a possible government connection, we wanted to be extra careful.
And yes, maybe it is a reach. Maybe it turns out this is just some strange 1 in a trillion coincidence. And yes, because of this Baby Inc. connection being confirmed, we can now say the stakes are a bit higher. But because of this coincidence, maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe it's not. The point being is it's interesting to note. It's interesting to point out. And I will find that it's very interesting that I will point out 2 things. One, there are certain people involved with Sweet Baby Inc. who are coming out and running defense for them. I'm not going to name names, but there are.
And that is true.
And saying that it's normal for people to get government funding, which I find interesting because it wasn't a topic that we brought up.
Yeah, and also because we never mentioned funding. We mentioned founding funding. A person was missing a letter. I wonder why.
Yeah. You're roboting.
That person was missing a letter from what we actually said. I wonder why. What does this person know that we don't?
I don't know. But I will say this is that I find it interesting that all information on Jason Huberts has been slowly but surely being scrubbed from the web. If you go look up Jason Huberts, and you will find that there is a search result for him that if you click, it gives you a 404. We have not posted about it because contrary to popular belief, we're not trying to dox anybody or hurt anybody. But it is something to note.
And the information didn't even work on a Wayback Machine.
Correct. So there's something going on. There's something fishy about this. Long story short, Sweet Baby Inc. did have a different founder. The story they keep pushing around is not true. And it may or may not have some connections to some interesting companies and shell companies, and may or may not have a connection to a former legislative assembly official. That is all.
Goodbye. Is that a good place to stop?
Don't know how much clearer we can make it.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to stop.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You'll have to take over the chat, my dear. I have to step out for a moment.
Okay. Hello. Let's see what people are doing. And yes, I have my tier 2 hat on. Are obituaries with those names? Not necessarily. I'm trying to see what people are saying. People don't know how to critical think. If people were not paying attention, they wouldn't take it that way. Look, there are people who have literally been like, basically, as I said, there have been people who have been like, oh, and giving criticism and saying, hey, this is interesting, but I think you're wrong. That's fine. But there are people going like, you're doing this and you're insinuating that. And it's like, no, we're not. We were very, very careful because we specifically wanted to make sure we didn't cause any trouble. And yes, I'm going to say this, okay? The video could have been better. We could have done a better job. And to be fair, the rewrites didn't help. And the re-recording and not having a lot of time, didn't make it any better. So yes, we could have done a better job, and in the future we'll take more time and we won't rush as much. We will take that into account. But we didn't make any definitive claims on purpose for a reason, and we were very, very careful. So I think it's interesting that people were jumping to conclusions and getting into this whole big hullabaloo over this video when if it's not that big of a deal, there's no reason to get it. And I love the people saying, oh, it's publicly available information. It's not secret. Oh, really? And were you going to find it? Or were we the ones who found it? And I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here. I'm simply pointing out you're not allowed to say that unless you actually put in the work. Everybody's saying that we did well. Yeah, the context is simple. FBI as it goes founder and suspicious who that might be. Thank you. That was exactly what we were pointing out. And we were saying, this is an interesting possible connection. And that's it. And we made it very, very clear. So I just think it was so funny that there were people like literally throwing tantrums over it, getting so angry. And it's like, but it doesn't make any sense. We didn't do anything wrong. We were very careful. And there are people being like, you're reaching. And it's like, you're allowed to think that it's a reach. But we were not pointing out, yes, definitive government information. We were saying, hey, this is a strange cover up. And literally, the thumbnail says, Sweet Baby Cover Up, not Sweet Baby Government. And the title says Government Connection? ? Because again, we couldn't confirm it. Just saying, like, that's all I'm going to say. Like, look, I'm not trying to harp on it, and I'm not trying to, like, point fingers at anybody, but it was very annoying that people were, like, getting way too into it and getting way too, like, very confused and very upset over it when really the video didn't do anything. It just... It kind of was like, hey, this is some interesting information. Here you go. And here's some possible connections to it. That was it. And yeah, some people ran with it and went, Sweet Baby Government PSYOP. And I'm not pointing fingers and not naming names, not making anybody feel bad. But I'm just saying, like, we can't do much. And to be fair, a lot of the people who covered it got more attention than our video did. So people saying we're doing it for clout and we did it, whatever. It's like, but we didn't get as much attention as everybody who covered it. Like, if we really wanted to do it for that reason, we would have. But, it is what it is. And we wanted to address it. The main reason we're addressing this is not to point at the naysayers, is to clarify and say, you know what? Yeah, there were certain parts of the video that wasn't perfect, and we will do better because that is how it has to be. I'm going to own it. Everybody's telling me to stop it. I'm being too hard on myself. Yes, I got it. I'll be honest. These things hit me hard. I try really hard to be impartial and kind of not make definitive claims and be careful. So I was a little bit upset that I felt like people were taking it out of context. But you know what? I wanted to take the time to clarify and give, more information and kind of say, hey, you know what? Yeah, there were some parts of it that weren't great. Hi, honey.
Hello. I have returned.
A lot of people were basically just telling me that I shouldn't be upset and I should be saying whatever.
Because we've been vindicated? Also, Toasty with the Mosty popped into our chat.
She did? Where?
While we were talking about all of our clarifications.
I don't see it. I'm looking.
She was there. You'll have to scroll up a bit.
I'm scrolling. Oh, hi, Toasty.
What's up?
Sorry, didn't see you. Chat moves quickly.
Mm-hmm. Especially these days when we have more and more people joining us.
My headphones are dead. I'm going to have to use my...
And use the plug-in ones. That's what I do. That way I don't have to worry about the Bluetooth ones losing battery.
I'm using the plug-in ones. They're dead.
Oh. Then
they're not working very well.
Then maybe it's time to get new ones.
Yeah, maybe.
Shall we go into Super Chats then? You handled the chat very nicely while I was out.
I'm filling a Super Chat.
Oh. That's saying something. Stephen Potts for $2. Distraction. Ha ha. Baked Buddhist for $5. You call it distractions, but we call it love and support. Have some more.
Thank you, guys.
Kamchi for $4.99. You think Canada and or UK are also involved with visa blocking Japan as visa making unlawful action into censor anime and manga? Check Chibi review on it.
I've heard a little bit about it. I think that there are a lot of I think the government has its hands in a lot of different pools and certain things. So I think it's not surprising if there was a connection. And people were bringing up that government, a lot of government does fund a lot of things, but I think it's a big difference when there's a former government official helping you file your company versus giving you grants. But to answer your question, it wouldn't surprise me, but I don't have any definitive information. It's not my realm of expertise. I'll have to look at that Chibi review video at some point. If someone reminds me on Discord, I'll take a look at it.
Or if someone sends us a link to the video.
Yeah, on the Discord. Cool, Matt. Guys,
Jeez,
super
everyone.
them to find a headphone master. No, I don't need.
I mean, we had it for when we were getting me a new microphone, so why not new headphones for Master?
Yeah, it's possible that it's fraud. I want to make very clear, though, that we can't confirm that either. But I again, that's why we're trying. That's why we're trying to be very careful. But okay. And people on hallucinations of Opal Dragon say, may or may not be real, but my care for you is real over on Odyssey.
Aww.
Thank you guys. You guys are nice.
Are you the reason over on Odyssey that our videos there are doing so well? Because it is crazy how well our videos have been doing on Odyssey. I thought Odyssey was dead.
But let's get a move on because we have other topics to get to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have a couple more supers though.
Nope, we got them all.
Really? Oh, okay.
Okay, but now we have some game therapy because we are going to react to some...
Can I say what we're reacting to?
To AI Darth Vader.
AI Vader! AI Vader!
We got some fun clips of him involving the sequel trilogy, so we're going to react to that right now. All right.
AI Vader! AI Vader!
He has some interesting things to say about the sequel trilogy. These are two different clips put together and cut up. It's about a minute and 30 seconds. We'll have to see what Vader has to say about the sequel trilogy.
Let's go.
What do you think of the sequel trilogy?
Gwenpool, you seek my opinion on the sequels. They possess moments of potential, and yet they ultimately fail to capture the dark majesty of the Empire. A flawed imitation. Did you have a favorite among those distractions?
Damn. I think all of the sequel trilogy should have been vaulted. What do you think, Darth Vader?
Vaulted? An interesting choice of words, Gwenpool. As if they were treasures to be locked away, rather than lessons to be learned from failure.
Vader, the chat is asking you which trilogy is the best in your opinion.
The chat seeks my opinion on trilogies. Such quaint diversions. The original trilogy demonstrated the Empire's might, and the prequels elucidated its fall. As for the sequels, they do not exist, which amuses me.
How can you say the sequels don't exist? I agree, they're terrible, which amuses me too, but shouldn't you not feel that way since Disney's so powerful?
Powerful, perhaps, Master Chief. But I'm not swayed by corporate agendas. Disney. That the sequels are subpar. Universally acknowledged. Should I feign enthusiasm for mediocrity?
It's like, yeah, Disney owns me, but I don't gotta like their shit movie.
Oh my god!
AI Vader is based.
AI Vader!
Based. Based.
I'm going to say what I told Master earlier today. In my opinion, this is James Earl Jones giving Disney the finger from beyond the grave.
To be fair, he gave Disney the permission to use his voice. So
yes, but I'm talking about for the way they treated him. Otherwise,
maybe,
you forget they never even wished him happy birthday.
I love that he was literally that someone's like, we should all be vaulted. And he's like, vaulted as if they have some value instead of being lessons to be learned from failure. It's like, damn, that's awesome.
Woo! It's like, yeah, Disney owns me, but I don't have to like their movies.
Darth Vader is my spirit animal. AR Darth Vader is my spirit animal.
I thought that was Bender.
No, let's do it one more time.
Hey, Vader. What do you think of the sequel trilogy?
Gwenpool, you seek my opinion on the sequels. They possess moments of potential, and yet they ultimately fail to capture the dark majesty of the Empire. A flawed imitation. Did you have a favorite among those distractions?
Damn.
I think all of the sequel trilogy should have been vaulted. What do you think, Darth Vader?
Vaulted? An interesting choice of words, Gwenpool. As if they were treasures to be locked away, rather than lessons to be learned from failure.
Vader, the chat is asking you which trilogy is the best in your opinion.
The chat seeks my opinion on trilogies. Such quaint diversions. The original trilogy demonstrated the Empire's might, and the prequels elucidated its fall. As for the sequels, they do not exist, which amuses me.
How can you say the sequels don't exist? I agree, they're terrible, which amuses me too, but shouldn't you not feel that way since Disney's so powerful?
Powerful, perhaps, Master Chief, but I'm not swayed by corporate agendas. Disney, that the sequels are subpar. Universally acknowledged. Should I feign enthusiasm for mediocrity?
It's like, yeah, Disney owns me, but I don't gotta like their shit movie.
Oh my god!
I love that. I don't have to listen to I'm not swayed by corporate agendas. It's like, yes, base Vader base.
It's literally the AI. The artificial intelligence is literally saying what all of us living, breathing humans are thinking. Thank you, God.
The sequel trilogy is trash. I know there are people who like certain parts of it, and you know what? I'll even be fair. His beginning point of they had moments of promise, they did.
They did. I will be completely fair. When I first saw Force Awakens, I enjoyed it, and I watched it twice, like back to back, and I enjoyed it at the time because I thought there was something good there. And then it was only afterwards when people pointed it out that I was like, huh, you're right, that did suck. But I still admit there were they had its moments. The rest of them were terrible. But see, Force Awakens had moments.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that said, and that's awesome. And someone's asking if I will do Fortnite after this. The answer is still no. I have standards.
Master
AI Vader
Besides, Master hates multiplayer games.
Magnificent Devil says, well, AI just aggregates opinion on the internet, so all it can really do is echo the consensus. Yes,
Woo!
Which means the consensus is everybody thinks they're crap.
Except your uncle. Your uncle liked The Last Jedi, but was able to acknowledge the points you made on why it was bad.
That's what the thing is. There are normal people who are like, I like this movie, but I can understand why people don't like it. Like, that's fair.
Yeah, your uncle doesn't say you're a bigot, obviously. Surveys for $5. AI Vader! AI Vader! AI Vader!
I'm sorry. That was just so based. I'm sorry. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that exists. I am literally...
It makes me happy.
Join me on a hell dive. I don't play multiplayer. I have no friends.
That's also referring to Helldivers, which I'm pretty sure somebody
I know, and I was saying, I know exactly what he was talking about. I have no friends. I don't do multiplayer because you can't pause, and I don't have friends to play with.
And I have tried Helldivers, which got gifted to me. Unfortunately, one, it takes up too much space on my computer, and two, my controller doesn't work with it, and I'm having a very hard time playing it. So I stopped.
Yeah.
I prefer a controller to the keyboard, okay?
Okay, we got to get a move on because we're friends. Yes, you know what I mean.
Master just hates multiplayer because you can't pause the game.
Okay, Jason Tyler says a cursory search has indicated that Jason Huberts was market director at Nine Knots Marketing Agency, Montreal, Quebec. It could be the exact same person. However, unfortunately, we cannot confirm it. And at the same time, even if it is the same person, there is no way to confirm whether or not said person is also the son of Terry Huberts. And keep in mind, the filing for Nine Dots is under the name Jason Huberts. The filing for Sweet Baby Inc. is under Terrence Jason Huberts, which is interesting. Maybe he just changed how he filed things. I don't know. Or maybe his father was the one who filed it for him, for Sweet Baby Inc. at that point. Like
because
that's
it
all
is
I'm saying.
because it is a thing that people will name their children after themselves while they're still alive. In Judaism, we don't do that because it's bad luck to name your child after someone who is still alive.
And I was clarifying, Proxfile, that like I didn't before I did YouTube like stuff again and whatever. I didn't really have many friends, so I had a lot of multiplayer games that I just didn't play, and I never got the bug for it. Or under Jason Hubert's Terrence, it was done softly. Exactly, but some of the ones in 9 Dot are specifically under Jason Hubert's without the Terrence. The one for Sweet Baby Inc. has Terrence specifically there, so it could be the same person under 2 different weird filings, or it could be his father. And even if it turns out that it's both Jason, we still don't know that he's not the son of Terry Huberts. Now, we don't know for certain, but it is something to consider. Uh-oh. Check the Discord for what?
Checking. One moment, please. Meme therapy. Scrolling. A post someone made. Fortnite added an AI Darth Vader using James Earl Jones' voice you can talk to through your mic. It's been out since
we don't have to read that. Could be his dad. Could be he learned to talk, or it could be someone else entirely. We'll never know. Again, and the thing is, literally, the legislative assembly does not have his full name on record. Okay, so
which is weird because someone on Twitter pointed out that in Canada you need your full legal name for a driver's license, but apparently not to apply for a government position.
It's kind of weird.
Quite.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into our next topic here, and we got to get a move on because we're running a little behind.
A little.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into our next topic. This one's going to be a longer one. I'm going to have an article open as well.
Would you like me to have it open too?
Nope, I have it. I'll just look it over. We're not going to go into detail about every single thing. We're going to talk about the parts that we like and things that we've experienced and blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
All right, guys. Second topic. Let's go. Epic Universe opened its doors.
5 worlds unveiled with thrills and lore.
From wizard spells to haunted screams.
It raised the bar on park-bound dreams. Now, we haven't actually been able to go into this exact section of the park, but I really wanna.
Well, because it doesn't exist where we are, but we have a couple things to talk about here. So they recently had the grand opening for Epic Universe in Orlando, and it has a bunch of interesting things. It has Celestial Park, which is like at the center where it's rolling gardens and water pathways, and it has a couple different rides. It has the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, but it's set in the 3rd installment of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, is set in basically Paris from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So it's got the Ministry of Magic, including Flume Networks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Super Nintendo World, which has Team Mario to battle for Bowser's Golden Cup in the Mario Kart, which Raven and I actually recently did. Not in Orlando, but it's got Donkey Kong stuff as well. It has the Isle of Berk from How to Train Your Dragon, Dark Universe,
which I want to go to so badly.
I think that's pretty much it. So all these areas are now available, and reports are coming in about all these different areas and saying how well they did and how great of a job they did. I've seen clips from all these different places of the animatronic dragons, the epic light shows,
the people pretending to be characters, especially from the ones I've seen of Rough Nut and Tough Nut, because there was a water ride in the Isle of Berk that broke down and people weren't able to go on the ride. So the people pretending to be Rough Nut and Tough Nut literally wreaked the ride on land with a fountain for those people. in character.
It's great because honestly, the saddest thing is this is what Disney should be doing. The fact is, can you believe, and I'm bringing up Disney to make a point, not to bash Disney, but can you believe it's been years that we've have an area in Disneyland that is Star Wars themed and nobody cares about it?
Because it does not look anything like Star Wars. Universal, on the other hand, go to any one of their themed sections in any of their parks, and you will feel like you are in the world that it is representing. Like we said, we recently went into Mario Land for the first time. And
People were asking, People were asking what we did last week that we weren't able to stream in our normal time. We actually went to fandom nights.
We went to the last night of Fan Fest, and we had a good time. We might talk about it in detail another time, but during
that's where we got to go to Super Mario Land.
Super Mario Land. For both of us, it was our first time stepping into that area of the park, and we were blown away by the intricacy of it.
Yeah, so we have not been to this epic universe. I want to make this very clear. We haven't been there because we don't live in Orlando, but we've seen pictures and we've gotten a taste of some of the things that they have in store and they've expanded upon in their new park. And honestly, Disney should be taking notes. Like this is.
I know. One of the like I work for that park place. My editor, Marvin, he sent me pictures and videos of the restaurants in Dark Universe with Dracula themed food, and the garlic bread was shaped like a wooden steak. I found that absolutely hilarious. It's something that I'm stuck on because I find it so funny. So on point.
But honey,
yes.
Well, on point because it's a steak.
Get it? Get it? That actually was not an intended pun.
But I made it into an intended pun. Yes, my job here is done. But honey, and then you have Disney, who you get green milk.
Yeah, Disney makes green milk. And yeah, Disney is just not magical anymore.
Yeah, this looks magical. Again, I want to make very clear, we haven't been there, nor are we being paid to promote this or anything. We just wanted to talk about it because it looks amazing. And we've gotten a taste of it.
Because it's something that we want to attend if we ever get the chance. Like
Definitely.
I said,
it looks good. I want to go.
Especially Dark Universe, because I am such a huge fan of the Universal monsters.
I know. If we go, we're definitely going there, honey, because I know how much you want to go.
I want to go so badly, but you want to know what's a real shame? We can't have any of the food.
Yeah, we can't. But you know what? Your mic is picking up every other word.
I want to try the dark themed food. It's not fair that we can't because it's not kosher.
Someone make it for us that's kosher.
Please, someone recreate it in kosher form.
But again, Disney should be taking notes. This stuff looks great. And I'm not just Disney, talking about like any theme park. This looks amazing. They clearly did a great job here. And the thing they're doing well is the immersion, which is a great thing. And again, I'm not saying it's perfect because we haven't been there, but we gotten a taste of it. And the amount of immersion they do for stuff in regards to Harry Potter and Super Mario and all this stuff, this is what Disney should have done with Star Wars. And instead they decided to go with the sequel trilogies that don't exist, according to AI Vader. But they not only that, they didn't even do the immersion right. Like, so again, we're seeing immersion done right, and they're catering to the fans and giving them what they want. There were people nervous because in Dark Universe, the main person is
may I say it?
Go ahead.
In Dark Universe, the main character who announces everything is Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, who is obviously a black woman. But she says that but the lore behind her is that she is the great granddaughter of the original Victor Frankenstein who created the monster. And that
she's trying to recreate his work.
She says, we will finish what my great grandfather started. That is how you do a token ideology character. You make her a descendant, not a replacement.
Or to be fair, I'm gonna push back on that, honey.
Oh?
I haven't seen the character, but it doesn't seem like a token ideology character to me. It seems like inclusion done correctly.
Which is exactly what I was trying to say, but failed.
I know. That's why I was clarifying for you.
Nobody take that out of context.
This is how you do it right. Legacy. You don't destroy the legacy and try to replace characters with hand-me-down, overpowered berry suit girl bosses and not even bring Luke Skywalker into the park till like 5 years later.
And have him being played by a woman.
This is ridiculous. And the fact that this is how you should be doing it. Hollywood, Disney, all these places should be taking notes. This is immersion done right. This is listening to the fans. And from what I've seen, it makes me excited to go. And I'll tell you something. It's been a long time since I've seen anything in Disneyland that made me excited to go there.
Same. Except for apparently there was a scrapped idea for a villains themed area of the Disney park. Did you know that?
Yes, but you know what? Now look at this. You get Darth Vader instead.
I, obviously a fan of Disney villains, would have loved to see what they would have done with that.
But see, Disney has lost touch. They don't care about the fans. Clearly, Epic Universe and Universal does. And I really think that Disney should be taking notes, because if they don't catch up with the times, they're going to go under.
Yeah, I agree.
At least theme park wise.
For sure. Because you said, let's be real, honey. You said Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has a lack of immersion, has little to no immersion. There was never any immersion in there to begin with.
Oh, there was immersion, just with places you don't know about and all this kind of stuff, and not based on what the fans actually want to see.
You forget they had the $1,000 hotel in which you get there in the back of a truck.
They had, as in it's now office space.
Exactly. Wait, the hotel or the truck?
At this point, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be surprised of either one. All right. I think we're good.
Yes. Give me a second. We got a couple new people in our Discord. I'm taking care of that.
I'm looking at the chat. Universal has a problem of lack of land, though. To be fair, to be fair, though, they're making a good use out of the land.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, honey, it was $6,000 a person, not $1,000.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't remember the number because I couldn't be bothered to care.
But yeah, to be fair, even if they don't have a lot of land, they're doing a much better job with their spaces. Disney has an abundance of land and hasn't been able to nail the immersion at all. That should tell you everything. You might want to change your background back, honey.
Yes, I know. Like I said, I was taking care of these two.
You could change your background first.
Hold on a second. Free.
No.
Meow. Yeah.
Becky.
Meow.
We got some super chats. Let's get to them.
Eliana Blue for $5 New Zealand dollars. All the animatronic clips making the rounds from Universal look awesome. All the animatronic clips making the rounds from Disney are of broken ones. This is
correct.
True.
And I will tell you, they actually had a video about the animatronics at Universal that they've actually did like advanced, and they made them a little bit faster than normal. And they picked certain monsters specifically so that they could try to make them a little faster, but also since they were slower, they made sure to make them like do things so they look more realistic. When has Disney done that?
Never. Baked Buddhist for $5. Toothless is one of my spirit animals because I have a Build-A-Bear of him that roars when you squeeze his hand.
Oh, that's amazing.
No idea Build-A-Bear did that.
That's awesome.
Do they still make them?
Probably not. Your mic picked up part of that.
Pre-Dawn Corpse for $2. Hello, sir. Gothic Therapy. What are your favorite goth bands? Lord of the Lost and Goth Minister.
As for me, I'm not as into the goth music.
Oh, also, the Raven Age. I do like a few songs by The Cure, and Two Shadows. Saku Kocho, Shark Dragon, became a member at the Disturbed level.
Okay, we got the disturbed tier. We got the disturbed clip. Where is it? Where is it?
I don't know. You're the one who sorts them.
Don't listen to them, sweetie. It simply means that you're deeply disturbed.
And yes, I did, Stormrains, I did mention the Raven Age because I recently discovered them and I like their stuff. Powerwolf, Powerwolf is also amazing.
Boomer alert. Yeah.
They go very well, and they blend really. Oh, I also forgot Cradle of Filth.
What?
Cradle of Filth. It's another goth band that's awesome.
Raven now wants that.
Oh, let's not forget FanFest. I found something that made me squeal in excitement and made Master walk away in embarrassment. They had some Dungeons and Dragons stuff, right? There was a mimic plushie.
I literally she started to squeal and went over there, and I just walked away, and literally when people were looking, I was like, I don't know her. Your mic is not picking up any of that.
Exactly. I want a mimic plushie.
Well, that's nice.
It was so cool.
We all want things, and we don't get them.
Really?
Good. Was there a mimic in a wheelchair plushie?
That's a thing.
I get that reference.
Wait, that's a thing?
No, they're making fun of the fact that Dungeons and Dragons did a wheelchair accessible dungeon.
Oh yeah, that in which level 1 cleric could easily.
No, it's not that I don't like D&D. I didn't like. She saw it and went like really loud,
and like
everybody
literally
started
ran
looking.
up.
I just
to
walked
it.
away,
and I ran up to it in excitement, squealing and.
I walked away, and people were looking. People were staring, and I'm like, I do not know her. She just happens to be someone who walked in with me.
And so I saw him moving away, and I ran up to it, and I was like, "Honey, I want to be." And he
We can't hear that, honey. Your voice is too high. It's not picking up.
So basically, I turned. I saw he was no longer next to me. Saw him walking away, not looking at me. So I ran up to him and said, "Honey, I want a big plushie," in my super excited way. And he still kept walking away out of embarrassment.
I said, "I don't know you. Bye."
It was fun. I still want that plushie.
That's great.
I'll never be able
That's
to get
nice,
it now. Obviously. It was probably. Let's be fair.
Nice,
It was probably.
honey. Pats on
Let's
head.
be fair. Let's be fair. It was probably like $50.
That's nice, honey. Pats on head. We all want things we don't get.
Meow.
Oh, and I forgot.
Hmm?
Forgot to put the chat back on.
Oh.
So what do you guys think of the chat? Is it good or not?
Do you want us to keep the chat box? Yes, no, maybe. Don't
It does
care.
cover up clips and stuff, so I don't know if it's supposed to. Let me try a clip quickly to see if it shows up when I play the clip. I haven't tried it.
No.
It does.
It does.
Is that bad?
It does show up with the chat still there.
Yeah, but is that bad?
I don't know.
I don't really see a problem.
People like it, so it's not up to choose. Okay, fine. We'll leave it.
Oh, the reason why Master did not get you that plushie is because he wants you to hug him and not the plushie. I give him
That
hugs
is
all the
true.
time. Yeah, but I give him hugs all the time. I don't hug my plushies. I put them on a shelf.
Which you have no more room for.
I will make room, or I'll get another shelf. What about
Can't you just make the background of the chat box transparent? No, it's literally a beta feature for StreamYards that literally is a checkbox.
Yeah, and
so I don't know if it has any.
And Pre-Dawn Corpse. Funny thing about Bauhaus is I have a goth boy rabbit that I got for my birthday 2 years ago. And literally his shirt is Bauhaus, but it says bun instead of bow. And it is the cutest little thing ever.
Okay. Let's get into our last topic here. This is going to be an interesting one.
Oh, yay. And probably also really
guys.
short. Probably also a really short one.
He's back. He's back. You'll find out who. Rian Johnson still wants his Star Wars run.
Though fans remember what he has done.
He tore it apart, then fled the scene.
Now hides behind his murder queen. Killer Kathleen Kennedy.
So, I'll explain what that actually means. So, Rian Johnson recently in an interview gave his explained why he hasn't come back to Star Wars, and it's because of Knives Out. But
I seriously doubt that
he still wants to come back, and he's hopeful that he will.
Aww. No.
That's kind of funny.
Slam. That's what it is.
Ryan, it's been ages. You're not getting your trilogy. Sorry.
Nope. Not at all. Not anytime soon, and probably never. Considering how often they cancel things.
Yeah. And to be honest, like I really don't understand how he doesn't get it. Like he was one of the reasons why. I'm going to be honest here. It wasn't even just his movie. It was the behavior of him and people involved with the movie that made the fandom as split as it is.
Yeah.
So it's not just the movie that you made a bad movie, Ryan. It's that you were a terrible person to people. You were saying your Snoke theory sucks. And you were calling people man babies who didn't like your stuff. Guess what? It seems like people don't mind your Knives Out stuff, maybe because that's something you actually do well. But when you take established characters and wreck them like you're playing with your little action figures in your room, and you're like, now make them kiss.
Gross.
Finn and Rose, by the way. That think about that as Rian Johnson with 2 action figures. Think about it. Now make them kiss.
I would not be surprised because that part literally came out of literally nowhere.
But this is literally, the fact that he even still thinks like he has to be either the most naive person ever, or he's trolling on purpose. Because honestly, I cannot believe at this point, it's not even him. The Star Wars brand has been so badly damaged that literally they cannot. Andor season 2 is the first show to actually chart on the Nielsen charts. Okay. They've been doing terribly. All of their shows have been doing badly. The Skeleton Crew, which was apparently pretty decent,
no one watched
The Acolyte
because no one cared.
Because they've killed the franchise. We all know it leads back to milk drinking, green milk drinking, Luke, failure man.
Lightsaber throwing, angry hermit.
Yes, and you know what I say? I'm going to throw this out there for free. Disney will never do this, okay? But I'm going to throw out a way that Disney could save Star Wars.
And
it wouldn't
is that?
be too difficult to do. You ready
Please
for it?
Share. Do it.
Stop making Star Wars movies based in this universe. Make movies based on quote-unquote legends. Make Legends movies without having to retcon anything. Just say, hey, in an alternate universe, here is the Legends continuity of Star Wars. And just start making Legends into movies. Not changing them, making them exactly as laid out in the books.
But they'd ruin that too.
Yes, but I'm suggesting an alternate universe where Disney actually listens to people and actually cares about fans.
And has actually fired Kathleen Kennedy?
I'm just saying, if they wanted to fix things, all they'd have to do is go and make one Legends book accurate in the movie theaters.
They can't. Accuracy and adherence to lore is literally the bane of their
existence. You
existence.
cannot tell me if they didn't decide to make the original Thrawn trilogy, or Heir to the Empire, they didn't try to make it exactly as from the books with actual actors that match, without Ahsoka, without all this garbage, that people wouldn't show up.
I mean, they would, but they're not going. They still won't because
we know they we know they won't. But I'm suggesting the fact that if they did, it would, even if they moved away from it. The thing is, move away from the sequel trilogy. It is a dead franchise. You killed it. Go 1,000 years into the future and make something new. Make terrible characters there and do whatever you want.
Wouldn't that be nice? But they can't because they need the recognition of the brand, which they killed.
And the thing is, it keeps getting lower ratings. And you know what? The same thing is happening for Marvel products too.
Unfortunately.
They brought back Daredevil and it did worse than The Acolyte. They are literally doing Andor. Andor is the first show. Season 2 of Andor is the first show to track on Nielsen ratings, okay? And season 1 was the highest rated, least watched Star Wars show. That should tell you something.
And it should. It should tell, hell, it should tell Disney something.
But you know what? They're not going to care. And I would not be surprised. I'm going to say this. I would not be surprised if Rian Johnson does get his trilogy. But you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here and say this, okay?
Yeah?
I think that if Rian Johnson was given a trilogy that was literally not based on with the Skywalkers, ever, it was just like 1,000 years in the future with characters he made up, and he was in control of a trilogy of movies, right? That was just based in the Star Wars universe without touching original characters. I actually think that might not do too badly.
Agreed.
I think the biggest problem was that he took existing characters and changed them into characters that he wanted them to be.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be, if that's what they did, and they went, like, in the future, they could, I think that if he went into, like, 1,000 years in the future, no Skywalkers, all that stuff is locked off, like, because he said you can't touch any of those things, you can't even reference them. And said, here, just make a brand new story in a Star Wars universe, and it was a trilogy that he started and ended with his own characters, it might actually be decent.
Maybe. I mean, you got a
Maybe.
point.
I'm going to be honest, though. I want this man far away from Star Wars.
Quite.
Honestly, Rian Johnson was the worst thing to happen to Star Wars, but not because of his movie, because of his attitude and behavior towards fans.
Mm-hmm. And also just because he clearly didn't care about the movie he was making.
Oh, no, he cared about the movie he was making. That's the problem. He cared about the movie he was making, not the movie that he was supposed to be making.
Fair point.
He made a movie for him that he wanted to make using Star Wars characters. As I said, the analogy of a kid in a room playing with action, two different kinds of action figures is literally what Rian Johnson was doing. Now make them kiss. Oh gosh, do this. Here's random character. It's a Barbie dressed up with like painted white and whatever. It's like, here, look, this is Rey. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not. That's what's funny.
Like a G.I. Joe action figure in there, screaming, Rey! Rey! Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. That's not what you picture.
You're right. It totally is.
He literally is. It was him playing with his action figures in his room. Oh, Finn and Rose? Now make them kiss. Okay, Finn, just shout Rey a lot. Oh, that happened in That happened in Rise of Skywalker. Honestly, they blend into a giant blur for me.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Please don't come back to Star Wars, but to be honest, it would not surprise me if you do. And if you do, I will laugh so hard because I think the one thing Ryan doesn't realize is that literally, I think that fans aren't going to be quiet this time if he comes back.
Nope.
I think that it will make the backlash to his The Last Jedi look like chump change.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong on that one. It will definitely be popcorn worthy.
Yep. I think that's it.
I agree.
Okay.
Back to my beautiful purple room.
I saw someone in the chat. Yorch Torch is here, subverting our expectations. Lame.
Hi.
Yep. Hi, Yorch. Nice to see you.
Uh-huh.
I said, hi, Yorch. Nice to see you.
I know, and I was saying, uh-huh.
Yeah, and he's right. Is that RK Outpost? No, different Ryan.
I've never seen Yorch in our chat before, so hi.
Yeah. Are you AI? Why are we AI?
Is it because we went robotic a little? No, that's just the mic being unable to handle my extreme volume.
That, and also we've been looking into getting this thing. Long story short, I'm plugged into the router and Raven should be too, but it's not working in the room that she's in. So we're going to get this hub thing and basically
find a way to plug into the same router from different rooms.
Yeah, so that we'll have the same connection.
Yeah, because I'm actually plugged into the extender, which apparently is not as good.
Nope, definitely not. You didn't care about the movie that this movie was following, correct? Keep them away from established IP unless you want it destroyed. That's the thing, as I think that creating a random, giving him his own IP clearly works. He's not terrible at writing. He's just terrible at taking other people's things and rewriting them to make them into things that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
How much is it? It's not expensive. We're gonna get it. I think my dad has one that he offered us. I just have to get it from him. And it's been a little bit difficult to remember to get it. So
yeah.
You got super chats.
I see it. Andrew Fay for $19.99. Why do you think Disney can't see that the talent shines in fans, raw, unfiltered, ready to dominate? But gatekeepers play favorites. It's 2025. Amplify fans, ditch craze, and let true creativity steal the show.
I agree. And since it's a $20 one, we can give you a clip for that. I got one of my favorites right here.
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour!
That clip will never get old. I know I say that every time, but it's true.
It's so good.
Pre-Dawn Corpse for 5. Gothic Therapy. Please check out the TSOL's Change Today album. Specifically the songs Flowers by the Door and It's Gray. Is that... What does that stand for? I don't recognize it. Souls of the Lost? Because I know Lord of the Lost. Lord of the Lost is great.
I think someone will let us know, but seriously, tag us in if you tag us, I'll be honest, guys, let us know things. If you tag us in our Discord and tagging me specifically, because Raven runs it. So if you tag me, the Sons of Liberty. But if you tag me in the Discord, you at me, I will get notified. Otherwise, I have it. Raven's mostly taking control of the Discord because I don't have enough time to do it all myself.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I see somebody in our chat who's there, but not there.
Who? Name?
I'm looking. It shows Wild Kataran, but he's not actually there.
Interesting.
You see?
Which one is Wild Kataran?
I see you, Wild Guitar, and I apologize. I don't know why you're not showing up here in the chat. I saw you. I see you in the in the little chat box, but not in the.
Fascinating.
I don't know. Where is he? I'm looking.
I'm not seeing him on my end. Huh. What the? Oh.
Oh my.
What the actual is wrong with you people? I mean, thank you, but we need a bleep emoji. Put it on the screen.
What?
Put it on the screen.
I
need to read it. Andrew Fay for $199.99 for the hub. Keep seeking the truth. Do you mean the hub as? Do you mean the hub as in our base of operations, or hub as in?
No,
hubby?
the hub for like the connection.
Okay, because anyone who likes to call when speaking to me who calls master my hubby, I hate that
No,
word.
that's not what he was saying. He was saying the hub for the connection.
I just want to say I seriously hate that word. I think it's very derogatory, and I will never ever use it.
Stop.
Sorry, I got irked.
Someone just gave us almost a
$200
$200 super chat, and you're bringing up about a pet peeve about the word hubby that has nothing to do with this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I saw the word. I saw hub, and made me think of that. Thank you for the $200, honey. Find a clip to play.
I have no idea what to play.
First, play Great Scott, and then play something exciting.
Great Scott! Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
See?
Raven broke.
No, I just have a bleep button.
Play the entire film. YouTube would probably hate us for that.
Yeah. But it is Master's favorite movie.
It is. My favorite trilogy. We hit tier 3 twice. Give us more chairs, not the song, just the Glue Guys and chairs. Andrew, you're still in the chat. If you want chairs, I'll play it for you one more time before we go into the diagnosis.
Wait, we also have to do the poll and our super chat story.
Yes, we're going to get to the poll. Andrew, if you're still in the chat and you would like it, we will do chair stream one more time just for you. But it's your choice.
If you haven't already seen our wait, no, he has seen our chair stream video. Yeah, do the poll.
All right. The poll we have is clock into the night shift by hitting like. Should we keep digging into the Sweet Baby Inc. mystery? And we have at 77%, yes, the baby won't stop crying, followed by 15%, it was Bowser all along. 5%, I'm here for drama, not the daycare. And 3%, no, the SBI's diaper is full enough.
You are so good at coming up with the answers for those.
Yeah. No, I'm good, but...
What does that mean?
What?
Does that mean do it anyway? I'm going to assume do it anyway.
If you want us to do it, just let us know. I'll do it for you because you're the one
You're the one who put us there somehow for some reason. I mean, we thank you for it, but seriously, what the heck? How do people
Honey, be nice?
I'm sorry, I don't understand how people have that much money. I know I say it.
Okay, he says he's good, but we will give you one more clip that's quick.
Seriously, dude. Wow. Please keep showing up in our chats for more streams.
Honey, be nice. Stop it.
Guys. I'm not demanding he give us. I said please.
This is literally you right now.
We'd like to pay now.
No.
Or, sorry, wrong clip. It's this one.
That's the stuffers out of those ugly old piggybacks of yours! Come on, kids, give me all your money. It's for a good cause. Me! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on!
Yeah, that one's accurate.
Done. Okay, let's get into the diagnosis of the week. Actually, before we do, we hit... What's that clip? It's from the summoning. Don't ask. Let's get into the before we get into the diagnosis, let's talk about, because we hit the goal for Super Chats, so let's talk about it.
Talk about our Yu-Gi-Oh game that we had over the weekend.
So let me explain, though. So this channel used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh channel before we rebranded it, and I left YouTube, never planning to come back. There's actually a video up on the channel about it. If someone one of the mods wants to link it, that'd be great. You don't have to, but if you, we're not going to talk about that first clip. Nope. But basically, what ended up happening was I stopped playing the game when links came out, and we were being light doxed on the channel, even with just 300 subscribers, and it was terrible. And I decided to leave and not come back. Long story short, we came back, rebranded, whatever. But I hadn't played Yu-Gi-Oh in over 8 years, and for some reason, I guess I decided to start rewatching the anime for some reason, and it got me back into the game, and I started playing it again for the first time in 8 years, and we went back to my parents' house for something, and I ended up digging through my boxes and finding all my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and we brought them home with us in a giant box, because again, keep in mind, this channel used to be...
And we also brought home all of our Bionicle comics.
Wait, yes, but that's a different story. But we got all of this, brought all this stuff back with us, and this channel used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, so I have a lot of cards, like a lot, because it used to be a channel. I did unboxings, I did everything. So we ended up playing Yu-Gi-Oh over Shabbos, and it was fun.
For those joining late into the stream, we are Orthodox Jewish and Sabbath observant, and in the summer months, it is a long day with nothing to do. So to pass the time, we had some good old-fashioned Yu-Gi-Oh duels with the mats and good old-fashioned cards.
Yes, and I let her win because reasons.
Let's just say it was his first duel in 8 years. It was my first duel in 20 years. I'm not very good at the game. No, you're not. People are talking about Bionicles. I did have some decent plays. Some of my plays were okay when I remembered that I could still attack in my battle phase.
Yep. But some people are Bionicle.
Otherwise, Master let me win 3 times. Master let me win 2 times. The other time he played his Infernity deck and completely obliterated me.
Okay, so people are talking about Bionicles. So long story short, I actually have a almost complete run of the original run of Bionicle comics. I am missing the number 1, 2, and 3. Otherwise, I have the complete run of the first Bionicles. And now they are sealed in plastic sleeves and whatever. And yeah, so.
Taku leader. I summon Pot of Greed. It allows me to draw 2 topics.
Always let writing win, wise man. Yeah, I try.
Nah, he just let me...
No. So here's the crazy thing: we don't have dual discs, and we can't break down stuff on Shabbos or use the app. But there are apps for life points.
Yeah,
so we ended up using combination locks.
Master had the brilliant idea, because we have some lock boxes that with 4-number codes. So Master had the brilliant idea of using those to keep track of our life points. And
aren't I clever?
Yes, you are. It worked. It was brilliant.
What decks? I run Infernity. She ran Gravekeepers.
Basically, Master had to make a deck for me. I used to have a zombie vampire main deck, but I lost my strongest card, which I'm still upset about, and it's probably still buried somewhere in my parents' house. I haven't played it. It was my first time playing in 20 years, as I said, and I'm 29. So I haven't played since I was 9. But I did used to have the Chaos Duel disc. I loved that thing.
Wait, you guys can't use calculators to track life points? Not on the not on the
We
Sabbath.
cannot,
Off
we
the
can't,
Sabbath, you can.
because on Shabbos and our religious holidays, we cannot use electronics.
So when we go offline for the weekend, we don't like sit there and play video games. Like we eat, sleep, and read.
We go off, put it this way, we go off the grid for a 25 hours. 24 if it's a holiday. No, sorry, 49 if it's a holiday. 76 hours, if 73 hours if it's a 3-day weekend for us.
Not if it's an electric. Gotta bust out the abacus. Yes.
Now, we just used lockbox comedy.
But yeah, that was that. Let's get into the diagnosis because we're already a little over time. Tomorrow's a holiday, so it's not that big of a deal. We should get into our diagnosis of the week.
I recommend reading Batman 3 Jokers for Shabbat. Because it's long? Master prefers Marvel comics anyway.
Yeah, but no, I've read some Batman comics. I just don't know if I read that one. Can you at least paint miniatures? Nope. Painting is not allowed.
I can't even pick up a pen. We can't handle money either. You can't even flick on a light switch.
We don't have to. I used lockboxes, okay? Lockboxes. Come on, that is ingenious. A four combo lockbox.
Lockboxes that with the numbers that are not electronic, so we can turn the numbers as we please to keep track of our life points. I thought it was
literally
brilliant.
8000. It was amazing. It worked.
It was genius.
I'm a genius. Tell me I'm not a genius.
You are a genius, but then again, I'm biased. Master is a genius, everybody. Praise
Did you
him.
see the comics? Everybody? Yes. It's just hard to get some comics. I've been trying.
Our library is very limited. Our local library.
Anyways, we got to get into our diagnosis of the week. Before
I know, but does
late.
anyone else have any more questions about our Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel over the weekend?
I'm sure people will. Going part-time Amish? Somewhat?
Well, yes and no. We're Jewish.
Yeah. Okay, I think we got everybody. Now let's get into the diagnosis of the week.
Sure.
Ready?
Yes. And now it is time for the diagnosis of the week,
where we take events from the week and relate them to a mental illness.
Because Hollywood is full of them, and you should be aware.
And we have an interesting diagnosis for this week.
Do tell, but before you do, you're going to need to remove the chat box so that I can actually read. Thank you.
Got it. So we got an interesting diagnosis. The diagnosis for this week is reality testing.
Please explain.
So reality testing is the mental ability to separate internal thoughts and beliefs from external fact and objective reality. When this ability is impaired, people may reject clear evidence, distort the truth, or hold on to comforting narratives instead of confronting what is actually real.
In relation to today's topics, with Sweet Baby Inc., impaired reality testing is exemplified by the industry's ongoing refusal to acknowledge clear documentation and inconsistencies in the company's origin. Our original video was never meant to offer definitive conclusions, but to raise questions, encourage critical thinking, and challenge a narrative that too many accepted without scrutiny. And this follow-up gives that intent more context.
With Epic Universe, intact reality testing is exemplified by Universal's strong grasp of what its audience wants and its commitment to delivering experiences that reflect those desires. The result is a park that feels grounded, responsive, and in touch with the people it was built for.
And with Rian Johnson, impaired reality testing is exemplified by his continued belief that his Star Wars trilogy remains a real possibility despite massive backlash from fans, a damaged franchise, and a long-standing silence from Lucasfilm. His insistence on this future reflects a complete disconnect from the impact his previous work had on the series.
And that's why we think this is a great diagnosis for this week.
I agree, because when I read this after you found it, I was like, holy crap, that's perfect.
This is great also because keep in mind, we did a more positive topic. And again, reality testing can be applied to both positive and negative.
Indeed. That's why we chose it. Or that's why Master chose it after he found it, because Master finds the diagnoses because he's the therapist.
Yep. But yeah, before we go, just a reminder that next week we will not be having our show because there's a holiday. But we will try, maybe we'll try to do it earlier.
Maybe, but we also have to get ready for the holiday. So
yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll do it earlier,
I think maybe if not in the early afternoon, maybe late morning.
We'll see. We'll see if we can do it. If we can't, we'll probably try to get some kind of content out or let people know. We let people know in the what's it called? In the community tab. There's a question for you. I saw we got a super chat, but there's a question for you, honey. This is gonna have to be for you.
Unrelated to Yu-Gi-Oh! If someone wanted to get into Warhammer 40k, what would be a good starting point? You're asking the wrong person, because I only recently got into it, but I would say, are you talking 40k or Horus Heresy? Because if you want to go into the history of 40k, I would start with the book Horus Rising. If you want to get into actual 40k, I have actually no clue. Just watch lore videos.
Do you two like the Shannara Chronicles? I've read the first part of them. They were decent.
I watched the TV show.
It was okay.
Mm-hmm. John Common for 5. What are both your favorite Mel Brooks films, and why is it Blazing Saddles? I've never seen Blazing Saddles. Have you?
No.
Put it on the list. And yes, the Shannara Chronicles did have a TV show at one point. It only ran for a couple seasons.
Which holiday? What diverse? It's called Shavuos, and it's mostly cheesecake, I think.
Cheesecake is not cake. It's pie. People who say it is a...
His response, just like, I can't believe this.
Someone needs to make us a full comprehensive list.
We're not talking about Spaceballs. This is a video on the channel that explains why I won't watch Spaceballs.
I enjoyed Spaceballs. And yes, Lutino 9 is a great lore video if you're okay with really long videos. Hey, Yours Choice just became a member at the Manic level.
Okay, we got a clip for that. Where is it? I put it over here. Okay.
You do seem excited. Manic. I am. Verging on ecstatic. Psychotic.
Thank you for becoming a member, Yorch. Seriously, after that whole debacle, I gained a lot of respect for you. Just saying.
Yeah, look, I think that, we all learned a lot from that. And I have a lot I could say on it, but I think I kind of made my case on it. So we're not going to.
But I didn't. But I never said anything publicly, so that's why I'm saying it now that Yorch is here. So Yorch, that whole thing and the way you handled it earned you my absolute respect.
Well, thank you, Yorch. We appreciate it.
And yes, and you're welcome.
Or even make him watch Spaceballs.
Don't you think I've tried?
Merchandising, yes. Oh, thank you.
Indeed.
Well, someone said it, so
gotta do it. Okay. But yeah, regarding cheesecake being the main dessert on Shavuos, cheesecake is not cake, and those who say that it is are heretics. Cheesecake is an abomination to the beauty that is cake.
Hold on. I realized we got a couple messages on Odyssey.
Cheesecake is a pie.
Okay, can we not start making controversial statements when we're trying to end a stream? But I got some couple comments over here on Odyssey. Host Stations of Opal Dragon says Disney has aged like milk to them. Then we had someone asking, Charles Montgomery asked for a complete list of SBI games, and Sanjay Himura gave him one. And then Main Channel, I don't know what that name says, why haven't you watched Spaceballs? Why is my name Main Channel? I have no idea. But thank you, Main Channel. The cheesecake is a lie.
It's not a real cake. It's a pie. And
I think we should end the stream.
And also, someone asked about pineapple on pizza. Master is allergic to pineapple, so we automatically win that argument.
Yeah, I'm allergic to pineapple. So, yeah. But anyways, we've already gone over a little bit. Be right back watching the Spaceballs video. The terrible audio will be fun. But yeah, cheesecake is a pie. It is a pie. However, pie is better than cake, so we can let cake have this little one. Okay. We gotta go. It's late.
But I'm having so much fun.
I know, but we gotta go. We normally try to do it about 2 hours. And then we kind of whatever. So we'll let people know about what's it called? We will let people know about our next week's stream if we have one or if we don't. And we'll try to get if we don't have one, we'll try to get some kind of content out. Maybe we'll see. But we'll be back the next week, I think, and then the week after we might have another obligation. It's going to be a little bit up in the air, but we're still going to have streams.
June
next
is going to be
the only time
June will be an interesting. We'll have an interesting streaming schedule.
Yeah, but we're still gonna have streams, guys. It's just next week we might not, and then the week after that will be normal time, and then we'll kind of let you know because there are a couple things coming down the pipeline that might make us have to move the stream time. That's all.
Yeah. Otherwise, it has been fun.
Oh God, don't remind me.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about holidays and family obligations.
Oh, he's reminding us that it's almost June.
I know, but I'm saying that's not why it's going to be an interesting streaming schedule.
But wait. If we're talking about pride...
It's the differences that make our world so rich, diverse, and wonderful.
I still hate you, though.
Accurate.
All right. With that, we're going to end off. If you guys are new here, or if you're not new here, you could wait till the end to hear a parting word from our Master of Ceremonies towards the end of our
You never played the Master of Ceremonies video.
I haven't?
No. Not once.
And also, before you go, where is it?
What do you think of this? You like it?
Can't believe you forgot. Obey our Master of Ceremonies.
Yep. Your audio is much better now. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you all. And we'll see you guys. We'll let you guys know about next week and everything.
So keep an eye on our posts tab.
Our community
or Twitter.
Tab.
Or Master's Twitter.
And stay not even 30 likes. What?
Are you talking? No, I think he's talking about the Spaceballs video because there are 158 likes on this stream.
I was gonna be really confused for a minute. I was gonna be like, okay, let's go before I say anything else.
We still have 130 people in here.
We're going now.
Okay, bye. Good night. Happy nightmares.
TikTok, the stream ends with midnight chimes. Pixelated therapy, cross digital lines. Hit subscribe for the void to make sense. Comment your woe as a form of recompense. Like the shadows merge in the twilight's haze, our channel's a refuge, a weird therapy maze. Campaign shrink, we got you fam. Laughs and guidance in this goth jam. Like the video break, the algorithm style, share with your crew. Escape life's hell, from spooky memes to advice obscure. Here's your dark solace of humor as a cure. Own the night with our ghastly delight. Vendor of laughs in the negative light. Darker than your overcooked roast. Sub to the channel that you love the most. Bell tolls, it's the end time fair. But your issues, leave them right there. Strings of crypt, bury your dread. Return tomorrow for the undead.
I think it was Dostoevsky who said, "Later,